spread today and the secrets behind the psychological of their fiercest opponents. All right, so let's see. It's a conspiracy theory to dwarf all conspiracy theories. I think Flat Earth holds that title. What do you think about that, Roger? I think Flat Earth is
I'm
a
not
little
really
bit.
sure that Flat Earth is a conspiracy. It, though, is what you're looking at with Flat Earth, what they made it into. Yeah, I could say what they tout Flat Earth is could be conspiratorial because they actually have added more to it than it actually is.
Yeah, when you're David Weiss, Flat Earth becomes a conspiracy. I watched a video yesterday, and he said the first rule about Flat Club is don't talk about flat. And then he said they're trying to suppress you, and like it just so weird, dude. Like that is an actual conspiracy. Like when you say don't talk about Flat Club, it makes it sound like a cult, dude. Like if I wasn't a flat earther and I heard a flat earther say that, I would think they're in a cult, dude. And I'd be right in saying that. Even as a flat earther, that sounds cult-like to me, dude. Like sounds conspiracy-like, I dare say.
Yeah, they're trying to spin it like it's a conspiracy, and if they try to make you look like you're an idiot. There's so many ways they try to get rid of it because they have a political agenda attached to a model that came up in the church. I'd say probably about 250 years ago that they've been trying to.
Yeah. Let me throw something up on the screen here. I don't want to interrupt you, Roger. You can continue. I just want to show you guys something relating to this.
Well, I think.
All right, so let's go through this first, right? All over the internet, the government have deployed teams of online agents to persuade others from learning the flat truth. Let's see the things they do. Deny any evidence presented. Claim you didn't supply any evidence. Ask for evidence. Deny, deflect, further evidence. Use ridicule, hominin, and gaslighting. Repeat 1 through 5. This is what they do. This is what they do.
That's Leo Ferrari.
This is the founder of the Flat Earth Society. Here he is. That's my last name. I kind of feel bad to have the same last name as this guy.
Well, you got to go one of the coolest car names in the world, dude.
Brenda's in. Oh boy.
Is she ready to debate?
Should I leave Brenda in the backstage, or should we give them like 30 seconds just to see why they're here?
Yeah.
I'm okay giving them 30 seconds. I mean, if they say anything,
show you some love, dude. That's what.
Yeah, they want to call us handsome gentlemen. Oh, yeah. All right, 30 seconds, Brenda. 30 seconds. Hello, Brenda.
Hello.
How's it going? Hi.
What do you want?
Well, I was going to ask you the same question. You're the one that joined.
You came here.
I just came to talk to you. Have you figured out the Earth isn't flat yet?
No, but I figured out this guy right here is most likely an agent sent to just spread a bunch of disinfo and make us look dumb. I'll tell you that much. I did figure that one out.
Yeah. Who? You mean Roger?
No, this guy right here. No. Mark Sargent.
The guy right next to you is Roger. The guy next to you is Roger.
No, I'm talking about the thing on the screen. Mark Sargent.
You think he's an agent?
Oh, for sure, dude. He goes in. I mean, I talked to him on Flats' stream maybe 4 months ago, and I asked him, I said, why are you shilling out, dude? Why did you put out this hit piece documentary? You knew the Globers were going to use this documentary against you, and you still let them put it out. Oh, thank God Brenda left. I actually didn't kick them. I'm glad they just left on their own.
Well, maybe
I was about to.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said, or I asked him, I was like, yeah, you're shilling out, dude. Like you're putting out all these hit pieces and making us look stupid. And he told me on Flats' stream live that as long as people are talking about Flat Earth, that's all he cares about. So he will talk about, like, even if he says something stupid about Flat Earth that doesn't make any sense, he doesn't see anything wrong with it because to him, that's still bringing Flat Earth into the topic and people are talking about it. All publicity is good publicity. So he just shilled the fuck out, like fully. Like he didn't defend the truth at all. He basically said saying lies is okay as long as it's Flat Earth related. Then it's gonna help. Like just bullshit.
I was there when he did that.
Yeah, I think I got a couple other ones. These are all videos, so I don't want to play these. Here's a Flat Earth Society, obviously. You know, they're like, fuck it, the Earth isn't flat. We give up. Like really, bro? Really? They literally said that on Twitter, bro. Like.
Oh yeah.
Trolling, bro.
Well,
Trolling.
when I talked to Mark, I asked him if he wanted to go to Antarctica, and I asked David too, and he said, "Yeah, I'll go with you, but not as a scientific experiment or an observation." I was like, "Why not?" He's got the money to do it. He could have put a cap to this TFE thing to start with. Sam put together a real good documentary. I'll put it in the back chat for you.
Even the flat Earth has disinformation, dude. We got the outer lands, we got the concave Earth, we got the Earth floating on a disc, we got the Earth with no ice wall, we got the ancient Earth sitting on a turtle, we got the globe. Like, even the flat Earth has its own disinformation built into it.
No, a lot of it's fable too, and like the turtle on the back thing. That's an old myth, dude.
Yeah, that's from like ancient religions and things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of it, dude. You know, look at this flat Earth meetup. This dude looks like freaking. Have you seen what's the movie with the pinhead dudes? Coneheads. Is it called Coneheads?
Oh, the Coneheads. You talking about?
Yeah. He looks like a conehead, dude. Look at his forehead. This has to be photoshopped. He literally looks like an oval.
Well, he could have been.
Or maybe, is that a woman? I can't tell. Is that? It looks like Brenda.
No, they have flatboards. You ever seen a child that has been flatboarded before? They get elongated skulls. Yeah, because they strap their babies down the flatboards.
Oh wow! And they get it. Wow.
You elongate your skull.
This is a good one here.
Those are all
Globers love to use this.
What, Pontchartrain?
Yeah, they love to use that. Yeah. Okay, well, this is all I got. Let's get back to the topic at hand, dude. Why are we so gullible, Roger? Maybe this will help us break the indoctrination of the flat Earth.
It could.
Why are people so incredibly gullible? Let's see what the news, the ones making us gullible, have to say about us. I mean, I feel like this is going to be a mockery, right? It has to be. They know all about us being gullible. This article right here is plying on us being gullible. If you ever need proof of human gullibility, cast your mind back to the attack of flesh-eating bananas in 2000. A series of chain.
Hear about those?
Not even in 2000.
I wasn't listening to it. I promise.
Nice, yeah. So I guess they got emails, a rare disease. It was probably made up. The threat was pure nonsense. Okay, great. Many people laugh at these far-fetched urban myths. Okay, Why do so many false beliefs persist in the face of hard evidence? Yeah, let's see. Why do attempts to deny them only grid? This is like a globe thing. Why can't our globe points work? We can show them the curve, but they won't believe it. They won't believe the curve. They're so gullible.
Show me the curve.
How many animals of each kind? What? Now it's biblical. As an example, quickly answer the following questions. How many animals of each kind did Moses take to the ark? Margaret Thatcher was the president of what country? Do you know the question? The answer to this question?
Margaret Thatcher, what again?
Was the president of which country?
She was a prime minister of England.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I don't know what the hell that has to do with anything, but we're gonna keep going. Either. Does a fact come from a credible source? Based on the research to date, Newman suggests our gut reaction swivel just on 5 simple questions. Does a fact come from a credible source? Do others believe it? Is there plenty of evidence? Not what I believe. Does it tell a good story? Yo, 3 of these things are wrong. Okay, look. Do others believe it? Wrong. If you want to find out if something's true, looking at other people is not going to tell you if it's true. Wrong. Okay. Does it tell a good story? Sometimes the truth is very blunt. Doesn't have to be a good story. Wrong. If you're finding the truth this way, wrong. Let's see. Plenty of evidence to support it? Yes, of course. Does it come from a credible source? In the middle, because you can have literally some dude with 1 subscriber on YouTube post a video, and he could be right. So just because it's not coming from your mainstream media that you love so much doesn't mean that it's all. I mean, this is a good point. Like, you should have credibility, but yeah. One thing that should be on here is it repeatable? Is it observable? Things like that. Versus, does it tell a good story? I mean, this is gullibility at its finest. This is about being gullible. If you think this is like one of the 5 ways to tell if something's true, then you're gullible as well. Let's see. Sticky nuggets. They're cognitive fluency. There's the cognitive fluency of statement, essentially whether it tells a good, coherent story. that is simple to imagine. See, this is the news. This is what they try to do.
This is the BBC you're reading?
Yeah, this is the news.
Yeah,
This is what they try to do. They try to tell you a story, and if it's a good story, you'll believe it. Coherent story that is simple to imagine. If something feels smooth and easy to process, then our default is to expect things to be true. I mean, that is pretty much gullibility. It has to be sticky. Okay, great. Fraying beliefs. Okay, let's see. Strengthen some conviction. 30 minutes, you can see a bounce back.
Are they praying to Mecca?
We would rather hide our heads in the sand than listen to evidence questioning our beliefs. Oh, okay.
Those people hiding their head in the sand.
They're just, yeah. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, I agree with that, but a debunked myth may also leave an uncomfortable gap in our mind. Okay, yeah, so I just kind of wanted to cover this. I'm not going to cover the news articles too much more. I just wanted to start with this. This is kind of something light. This is the last one. How to avoid falling for lies and fake news. Let's see if the news can tell us how to spot fake news. That's totally an oxymoron.
Oh, the BBC, they create the news.
Yeah. But they're gonna tell us how to spot the fake ones. Don't worry. They got you in mind. I'm sure they do. Of course they do, right?
Your best interest, too.
Yeah. In the year 2000, to the absurd story that the Queen has joked about assassinating Trump, our social media feeds are washed with lies and misunderstandings. Just consider the 29 shootings in Quebec, the 29th January shootings in Quebec. In just a few hours, conspiracy theories had begun, claiming a police cover-up to protect a Muslim accomplice. Probably, though. Seriously, I mean, if they remade this article now, they would have just replaced this tragedy with Charlie Kirk, and they would have said, look at all these conspiracy theorists questioning the mainstream narrative on Charlie Kirk. I mean, same thing.
No, there's questions to be asked, though. I mean, they left it wide open. I think they did that on purpose.
100%, yeah. Let's see. Fortunately, psychologists are beginning to understand why we accept dubious claims that support our own viewpoint while neglecting facts that disagree with our views. I wish a Glober would read this. Accept dubious claims. Oh, well, not dubious claims. The flat earth has like actual real claims. Never mind. Another guy's like, in this roundup of, okay, let's see. Don't be seduced by simplicity. Be smart to doctored images, okay? Look beyond your bubble. Be curious, okay? Okay, once again, is this the same thing? None of these are really that great points. Let's see. Be smart to doctored images. That's pretty self-explanatory. Simplicity. Okay, we're done with the news. Now we're going to another news site, but
have you noticed nobody watches the news anymore?
Exactly. So I got to present it, dude, because nobody's even going to look this stuff up anyways. I wouldn't unless I was doing the stream. So I talked about 113 the other day and all the weird stuff that pops up with it. Well, it pops up in a lot more in every Pixar movie. Did you know? I don't know what the A stands for. But 113 has popped up in every Pixar movie. That's what it says. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if we can find a couple examples. The Hunger Games featured 113. The Avengers, 113. Toy Story, 113. Terminator, 113. Star Wars, 113. Let's see. There's a couple more here. Some of these I don't know. Is that all? Brave 113. On the Witch's Cottage. Wow, that's great. The Prince and the Frog. Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, the Three Musketeers. Let's see. I have another article on this. Here it is in Pixar. There it is there with all these people pointing at it. Who's this? Is that Bill Gates? It looks like Bill Gates, kind of, right?
I don't know if that's Bill.
Who is that? I don't know. They look kind of familiar. Sign from the Door, Room 113, Institute of Arts. Okay, great. So there it is, 113, 113.
Pixar.
Yeah. 113. Some of these images won't load, so that's no bueno. 113 again. 113. Where's it on this one? 113 again. 113 again. I mean, it's literally everywhere, guys. So it's not just in the here. Let me do another one really quick as well. This one, you'll find this one pretty cool. I see the truth in plain sight, and it's so obvious. I don't have this one offhand, so I do have to Google the image really quick. So yeah, here we go. Murder by Numbers with Sandra Bullock.
It's an old movie.
As you can see here, on the cover of the movie, I need a better one because this one's. Why are they all so blurry, dude? Can I find a better one? All of them are very blurry.
I just got a
How about this one?
warning.
Ooh, severe weather warning.
Yeah.
In Colorado. Is that like snow? Is that snow?
No, not here. Not yet. It's still too hot.
Oh, still too hot. Okay. So yeah, as you can see here, right? So murder, they have the 3 here, right? 38. 38. Right on the cover. So they put the 3 in murder and the 8 in by, right? All right. Now check this out. Murder 83 and 38. So it's the inflection as well.
You don't have it on screen. There you go.
Yeah, 83, 38, just like the cover. And what are the chances, right? Because they're clearly using gematria in the cover of the movie Murder by Numbers. But the movie has nothing to do with gematria. It has nothing to do with decoding gematria. But yet they use it in the cover to show you something. They put the truth right in plain sight, but they didn't actually use it in the movie in any capacity. But yet they use it on the cover to show you what they're really doing.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, and then let's check this out. What's the hold on, let me find it. I'm trying to find it here. California. Sorry. Cops. Okay. All right. Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna continue. I just want to show that. I was looking for something else, but I can't find it. So this is now we're getting into the nitty gritty of things. That was kind of just like the warm up in a way. Let's just read some bogus news articles and have a laugh. Okay, so this is House Resolution 33, recognizing the thousands of Freemasons in every state in the nation and honoring them for their many contributions to the nation throughout its history. House Resolution 33. This was in 2007. What do you think the chances of this are? Do you think this is a coincidence that the Resolution 33 they want to take to honor Freemasonry in America? Do you think that's a coincidence?
No, not at all.
Yeah, so this is why America will never be truly free, and we're always going to be secretly controlled. Recognizing the thousands of Freemasons in every state, and this means in the government, by the way. This is the government. By the way, look, in the nation and honoring them for their many contributions to the nation. This is talking about Freemasons in the government, not just random Freemasons that have nothing to do with any party. So this is implying there are thousands of Freemasons in every state. In your House of Representatives, in the Electoral College, in the Congress, Freemasons. And here we have America honoring them. The people that take secret oaths to, go against the people of America and conspire against us. Their many contributions to the nation throughout its history. Mr. Gilmore submitted the following resolution, which was referred to the Committee Oversight on Government Reform and Government Reform. Recognizing the thousands of Freemasons in every state in the nation and honoring them. Yeah, we're honoring secret societies now. The government is. For their many contributions to the nation throughout its history. Whereas Masons, whose long lineage extends back to before the nation's founding, have set an example of high moral standards and charity for all people. So now they're going to gaslight you and say, oh, they're just philanthropists, right? Just like they always do. Whereas the founding fathers of this great nation and signers of the Constitution, most of whom were Freemasons, provided a well-rounded basis for developing themselves and others into valuable citizens of the United States. Whereas members of the Masonic fraternity, both individually and as an organization, so they're not only working with individual Masons, the actual organizations themselves are working with the government, continue to make invaluable charitable contributions of service to the United States. Service to the United States. So the Masonic fraternities and these organizations are servicing the United States. Whereas the Masonic fraternities continue to provide for the charitable relief and education of the citizens of the United States. The indoctrination. You want to talk about education? Yeah. Go.
Yeah.
I want a Freemason education. Said nobody ever.
Yeah. Can I ask a question right quick? Can I see a list of their contributions that they've actually contributed to society?
Probably some of MK Ultra, a little bit of 9/11, a little bit of this psyop, a little bit of that. All of the really unspeakable tragedies, dare I say, which by the way equals 113 in gematria. Yeah. All the unspeakable tragedies. I'm sure they have something to do with those.
Yeah.
George Floyd was in the Order of Oddfellows, so.
I want to know what their philanthropy is. I want to see what they've donated, a list of organizations that they've actually helped folks out.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they're donating to organizations ran by other Freemasons. And then they'll certainly be getting a kickback from that. Or maybe they'll just call Israel and be like, hey, do you still have that 2.3 trillion? I just made a donation. Do you think you can reimburse me? And they're like, yeah, as long as you put the yarmulke on and you're making the right content. Yeah, we'll reimburse you. We'll take it out of the 2.3 trillion.
Drop it in an offshore bank account somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, why not?
Whereas Freemasons have always revered and celebrated St. John's Day. Have they? St. John's Day. Interesting. June 24th. I've never even heard of this. As dedicated to their patron saints. What? Their patron saints? Interesting. So now they're saying like Freemasons are Catholic, basically. Which in some ways, yeah. But, yeah. Anyways, now therefore be it resolved that the House of Representatives recognizes the thousands of Freemasons in every state in the nation and honors them for their many contributions to the nations throughout its history. This is our government, folks. Honoring the people who arguably started most of the problems in the first place.
You want to hear what St. John Day is?
Let's hear about it.
There's like two different ones. There's one on January 7th and one on June 24th, Midsummer's Day.
That one was on June 26th, I think they said. But like 27th,
It's the nativity of St. John the Baptist. Is what
nativity, like the birth?
I guess.
Interesting.
That's what nativity usually stands for.
I wonder why the Freemasons would celebrate John the Baptist's birthday. There's got to be a reason for that. It's
the Eastern Orthodox feast. They celebrate.
Oh, okay.
So this is Eastern Star stuff. It's basically what it is. There were, I think it's St. John the Baptist, the so-called cousin of Christ. So that's what you're looking at. Yeah. But that's weird. The Masons celebrate it.
That is odd. Yeah, that is very odd. I'm gonna do this one again really quick. Human cloning, 2001, Senate Commerce, Science and Transportation, Senate hearing 107 through 10050. This is extremely long. I haven't even read this. I'm going to scroll down and just kind of read a little bit. This bill does not ban animal cloning or cloning of DNA cells of other human embryos. It does not ban twinning. It does not ban stem cell research, which it should. The bill prohibits cloning techniques to create new human life at all stages of the process of life. This means both experimental and reproductive cloning would be illegal in the United States. That's great. I don't know if this got passed, but other bills allow for human cloning for experimental purposes and merely ban implantation of cloned embryos into the mother's womb. Whoa, they're implanting cloned embryos. I'm not saying any of this is actually happening, but it's one of those things that, like, if it's going before Congress and they're talking about it and they're not just joking like, ha ha ha, clones, okay, close the file. I mean, dude, they have like I don't know how many pages this is, but I mean, I guess at least 100 if you were to individually put these in pages, just talking about clones in Congress. So even though the court, these conclusions are and it seems like they're putting limitations, and like they're saying, okay, you can clone, but you can't clone an embryo and put it like, it's weird. They're setting limitations. You're allowed to do stem cell research and all that. There are compelling social and ethical reasons for Congress to prohibit human cloning. In addition to pervasive destruction of human lives inevitably caused by cloning research, human cloning will create confusion of personal identity and individuality, yes. Represent a significant step towards transforming human procreation into manufacture, yep. Represent a form of despotism of the cloners over the cloned and violate the meaning of the parent-child relationship, yep. And constitute an unethical experiment upon the resulting child without his or her consent. Also, I agree with that. Cloning because that history shapes. Go ahead, Roger.
They're going to hit a moral high ground here in a minute. Somehow, I get a feeling.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, they're bringing up Roe v. Wade here, so
Ooh.
Supports projection. It says cloning because the history shapes substantive due process, informs the limits of Roe v. Wade, and supports protection for the development of human being in non-abortion circumstances today. Governmental authority to protect human life at every stage of development is deeply rooted in English and American history, and at least outside the context of abortion is broadly and increasingly exercised today. Okay, cool. Throughout American history, legal protection of developing human life has grown as the medical knowledge has grown. Legal protection requires medical knowledge. The common relied on two medical evidence quickening the first signs of fetal movement in the utero. Okay, so they can quicken birth, sounds like. The location of the developed child. Okay, human cloning is conducted. You want to try to read this, Roger?
Can you pronounce that? I got to get it big enough for me to read. Wow.
Extracorporeally? Extracorporeally.
I think I have no idea what that means or how to pronounce that properly.
Yeah, extracorporeally. Let me search it on Brave. I'll tell you the definition. Procedure is a medical procedure which is performed outside the body. Devices are the artificial organs that remain outside the body while treating a patient. So I guess it's like the life support in a way. Like if they're doing work on your liver, I guess it's like the artificial liver while they're in the meantime or something. Something like that. That's what it sounds like. Outside the human body in vitro. As with in vitro fertilization, only after the cloned human embryo. The cloned human embryo. So at the very least in 2001, it seems like in Congress, they pretty much agree they're cloning human embryos.
Huh.
Is allowed to divide would the embryo be implanted in a woman's uterus. There is no pregnancy to be terminated, and no right to terminate pregnancy is affected by state and now they're trying to apply abortion laws. They're like, well, if we inject you with a cloned fetus, how do the abortion laws apply? This almost reminds me of the Talmud. They're taking all this stuff and they're trying to like apply it to the rules. You know what I mean? And they're clarifying a little bit like, well, we're not too sure, so let's clarify this. Cloning will be a handmaiden to IVF. As Professor John Robert has stated, scientific zeal and profit motive combined with the desire of infertile couples for biological offspring to create an enormous power to manipulate the earliest stages of human life in infertility centers across America. Some couples undergoing IFV who cannot produce enough. Okay.
They're wording this so like if you go to a clinic, they justify the fact that they want to be able to plant a stem cell embryo inside of a woman so she can be fertile. That's what they're doing. Yeah.
Cloning.
That's not actually cloning, though. That's just
they're
taking a stem cell and they're letting it build itself outside of the womb, and then they'll implant it into you.
Right.
Hopefully, it'll grow into a fetus. Is what they're trying to do. I don't know if they've succeeded to do this though. But there's a lot of this stuff that does attach itself to abortion because they take a lot of stem cells from aborted babies.
Yeah, this sounds like it ties to it. It says preventing experimentation on and death of unborn human beings. Human cloning and the process of developing it will inevitably involve creating, manipulating, injuring, and killing individual members of the human species, i.e. human beings. Let me read that again. Preventing experimentation on and death of unborn human beings. Human cloning and the process of developing it will inevitably involve creating, manipulating, injuring, and killing individual members of the human species, i.e., human beings. That is a nuts statement to say. That's nuts. I skipped down. I want to go to the article above it. The interests protected by prohibiting human cloning are clear. Many social and ethical objections to human cloning have been articulated by science, ethics, ethicists, scholars, and philosophers. I think this is the issue. I think if human cloning is going on, it's going on discreetly behind closed doors because of all these concerns. Cloning creates confusion of a personal identity. Oh, we've already read that, right? Or they said that higher. Cloning represents a form of despotism of the cloners over. Yeah, we read that. Okay. Cloning will inevitably involve non-therapeutic experimentation on human embryos in violation of medical ethics. Yeah, so essentially what this is saying is if the government did want to do all of these cloning, it would technically be illegal, and they would probably just do it in secret anyways. For example, the Nuremberg Code, limited experimentation on human subject. Yeah. I mean, look at MK Ultra, dude. I mean, do you think it was legal for them to go run around and kidnap U.S. citizens and mind control them and torture them and put them through experiments? Fuck no, but they did it anyway. So,
well, like I'll give you this much: what they're wording this as a legal document. So, basically, they're saying that anybody that does anything like this, and they said it explicitly that it would be harmful to human beings if it's ethnically wrong.
Yeah, and it even said to the human race, i.e., human beings. Like you can't get more clear than that. That's like super clear. That's very clear. Parental responsibility. Third result of human cloning is a core instinct of the relationship. Okay, it'd be great extended degrees of human control. Okay, it's obvious for human cloning by me. Okay. Giant step, though not the first one towards transforming procreation to manufacture. Okay, yeah. I shall certainly be excused from formal arguments that life or whatever is necessary for the safety of life are natural rights of men. Let's see. We might be getting to the end of this one here. It's too broad of a okay. Quite clearly, a constitutional right to cloning cannot be logically derived from the two sets of substantive due process cases. Okay, so they're comparing it. Yeah, I mean, this is all about law and how this would apply. Let's scroll down a little bit. What is cloning? Cloning, or asexual reproduction, is the production of individuals who are genetically identical to an already existing individual. The procedure's name is fancy, somatic cell nuclear transfer, but its concept is simple. Take a mature but unfertilized egg, remove or inactivate its nucleus, introduce a nucleus attained for the specialized cell of an adult organism. Once the egg begins to divide, transfer the little embryo to a woman's uterus to initiate a pregnancy. Since almost all the hereditary material of a cell is contained within the nucleus, the renucleated egg and the individual into which it develops are genetically identical to the organism that was the source of the transferred nucleus. I mean, this is crazy. I've never heard of something like this before, but like I said, this is a government document.
I think they can't get an adult stem cell. That's what I'm trying to look for, because they use stem cells from the aborted fetuses to actually get the egg to work. It's basically they add the DNA to it and they grow it. The only thing they've come close to, supposedly they cloned a sheep. It didn't live long. I think it lived for either 3 months or 3 years.
Dude, this is going conspiratory mode, bro. Hold on.
Well, I don't think it can be done yet. I think they're
I think it's totally possible. I think they've had it for probably a long time now. But just like the weather modification and everything else, we're just hearing about it in 2001, and then we'll actually hear about it in like 2040.
Yeah. Well,
and
weather modification isn't that hard, though. If you think about it, all they have to do are add ingredients to weather. It's basically what they're doing.
I mean, straight up. Or put some type of frequency up there. Yeah. It's a lot of frequency manipulation as well. All right, so an unlimited number of genetically identical individuals, a clone, could be produced by nuclear transfer. In principle, any person, male or female, newborn or adult, could be cloned. And in any quantity. I mean, this is shocking, dude. This is shocking. It does say in principle. But, I mean, this is a government document. And because stored cells can outlive their sources, One may even clone the dead. Wow. One may even clone the dead because cloning requires no
get a
personal
living stem
involvement.
cell out of a dead person. I don't think you could do that. But
It could. Well, they're saying it's done by nuclei. They're saying it's done by
that's where they get the nuclei from. Is from
somatic
the stem
cell
cell.
nuclear transfer. Yeah. I don't know.
But
I imagine now they probably have something to like regenerate some stem cells and take dead stem cells and like make them. I don't know. I'm sure they have. They've been working towards it at least. It could be easy to reproduce living or deceased persons without their consent. Yeah, a threat to reproductive freedom that has received relatively little attention. Some possible misconceptions need to be avoided. First, cloning is not xeroxing. Xerox, the X is silent. I think it's just zeroing with 2 X's. The clone of Bill Clinton. The clone of Bill Clinton.
Well, hold on. I think it's Xerox is the word you look for. When they say that it's another copy, like a carbon copy of a person.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Though his genetic double, Bill Clinton's genetic double. This is crazy, guys. This is literally .gov, Congress.gov. The clone of Bill Clinton, though his genetic double would enter the world hairless, toothless, and peeing in his diapers like any other human infant, but neither is cloning just like natural twinning. The clone twin will be identical to an older existing adult. It will arise not by chance, but by deliberate design, and the entire genetic makeup will be pre-selected by the parents and or scientists. Further, the success rate, at least at first, will probably not be very high. The Scots transferred 277 adult nuclei into sheep eggs and planted 29 clonal embryos, but achieved the birth of only 1 live lamb clone. Yeah, we're talking about this. And this was in 2001. So just imagine the genetic cloning and experiments they're doing behind closed doors. I've seen videos on like the deep web and things of like literally half human, half animal, like hybrids. Have you ever seen the movie where they clone the one dude into a horse? They like kidnap him and he ends up being cloned into like half human, half horse. They made a movie about it. But I've seen pictures of these things. It's like a human pig. It's animals with human faces and they look all morphed and just effed up and just awful, dude. They look like they're in pain. I mean, and even a Jeffrey Epstein survivor said that Bill Clinton used to come to the parties and he would come with these needles and he would do genetic experimentation on all of the girls on the island. And he'd walk around pricking them with needles and injecting them with different things. And she said a lot of the girls would go crazy and different things would happen to them. So, I mean, Bill Clinton, yeah, I really do believe he was out there doing that. That was one of the victims of Epstein that said that.
Can you imagine being stuck on an island with Bill Clinton and a needle?
Yeah, that's awful.
Nightmare.
Yeah, it's terrible. What do you think about this prostate? Nothing good. Okay. Yeah, this is a really interesting article. Prince of Roof currently inactivated by the. Okay, I think we're gonna call it that on this one. We've kind of went through it. Like I said, it's more so just like
I would love to see their actual experiments being produced. I would that would be more evidential for me. I mean, writing a paper on it, it's setting precedent for it is what they were doing.
Well, I don't think they want those experiments produced. Like, I think they have them, but they're not going to come out until like, probably it's like the JFK files and everything else. You know what I mean? It's going to be.
They're amoral to begin with. They don't believe in a moral system.
Yeah.
They believe they can do what they want to. They're gods in their own right.
So this is the truth about Adrenochrome, the spinoff's most viewed story of all time. Is an explainer about a drug that probably doesn't exist. So let's see what you said. About in early April, I wrote a story about adrenochrome, a chemical compound that doesn't exist in any meaningful way. So just hear this out. And this was in 2020, guys. And now it became the center of a QAnon conspiracy dubbed by the media outlet Slenderman for Boomers. Yeah, so QAnon was saying, the whole Hollywood elites and things.
Well, that's where it was pushed. Like the whole idea of what adrenochrome was pushed in Hollywood movies, like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas was they were supposed to be taking adrenochrome, but how do they extract it and how it's produced? I think it's almost. It's incredible, almost. I can understand why they would, because I can't conceive somebody taking adrenaline out of a human and injecting it themselves. I mean, I guess you could, but how do you isolate what the adrenaline is when you extract it. They say they extract it from the brain of the victim.
Well, we're gonna watch a video synthesizing adrenochrome tonight. There's a video on YouTube, and he makes it in a lab. So we're gonna watch that video after this, and we're gonna demystify the compound known as adrenochrome. We're gonna look at some testimonials here on Arrowwind of people that took adrenochrome, and we're gonna do a whole little deep dive on it and really get to the nitty gritty. Right now, I'm just showing you the mainstream consensus of adrenochrome. Yahoo News there said it's not real. This says there's no scientific evidence to support that adrenochrome is extracted from children. By the way, I didn't look this up. I Googled adrenochrome effects on age, and then this link to Grok popped up in Google. Like somebody, like I don't know how, but somebody else did this search, and then it just got linked to me. I didn't type this. There was no This isn't a chat. There's no chat. Anyways, no peer-reviewed studies. Law enforcement,
right?
Yeah, this is Grok. Yeah. Or credible investigators have ever substantiated these claims. Alleged proof comes from adrenochrome stories, unverified images, yada yada yada. When synthetic production is simple and more practical, mainstream media and scientific outlets, including fact checkers, debunk these assertions, pointing out the lack of evidence and the chemical's mundane reality. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe there is something behind it, because let me show you this. This is an old article, but I did find this. No, don't make me sign in. Okay, thank you. South Korea seizes drugs made from dead babies. South Korea seized thousands of smuggled drugs capsules filled with powdered flesh from babies, which some people believe could cure diseases. Powdered flesh from babies.
Kind of like a fountain of youth kind of thing, right? So
yeah. The capsules are made in northeast China from babies whose bodies were chopped into small pieces and dried on stoves. That is awful, dude. And it's going to get way worse. The smugglers told customs officials they believed the capsules were already stamina boosters and were ignorant of the ingredients and manufacturing process. Who now live in South Korea intend to use the capsules themselves or share them with other Korean Chinese, customs said. The capsules were carried in a luggage or sent by international mail. They were all confiscated. But no one was punished because the amount was deemed small and they were not intended for sale. Wow. 17,450 capsules of literally children cooked on a stove and chopped into pieces. 17,000 capsules.
That's a lot.
Yep. Small amount, and they were not intended for sale. No one was punished. No one was punished. They got away with this, by the way.
I got you, but I don't think the babies were murdered. Well, technically, in my mind,
it might have been fetuses, but
yeah,
still.
they were aborted, but still, that's murder, though.
It's still murder. Yeah, but this is a crazy article. Like, can you believe that? No one was punished? 17,000 aborted fetus capsules? All right, let me move on, because that's pretty gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very shocking. All right, so let's read some testimonies of some people who did the devil's drug, I guess you could call it. I don't know, adrenochrome. Let's start with this one. All right. I read pretty quick, so I'm just gonna like bang, 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 read through it. I haven't been checking the chat, so let me check the chat. There's so many people talking in here. Did I miss anything? If you guys do have anything to say, maybe just say it again. Boring name I can think of is a whole team of American scene. Bill Gates too. Matt Damon. Yep. My new game sucks too. Somebody protested a bit too much. Your name is Joe Biden. Do you guys see that? I haven't really seen a drink come one time. It was in a vial. An old drug dealer. I knew I had it. He ordered it on the dark web a long time ago. Yeah, dude, like adrenochrome. I'm telling you, like, we're gonna watch a video synthesizing it. We're demystifying the whole thing tonight. So I had acquired DL adrenochrome freebase, the one sold at 70 euros for 250 milligrams. Oh, by the way, guys, there's sketchy websites on Google. You can buy adrenochrome in a powder form. First, I held 100 milligrams under my tongue and swallowed. Second trial, I snorted 50 milligrams. Imagine snorting adrenochrome. That just sounds wrong. Third trial, I smoked, vaporized in a crack pipe. Dude, there's some freaking freaks on this website, dude. Who the hell is smoking adrenochrome out of a crack pipe? Unless you're Hunter Biden. I could see Hunter Biden doing it, but normal people, hell no, dude. That's crazy. What do you think about this, Raj?
I want to
Wow.
know what it is, though. I mean, what adrenochrome actually consists of? If it's adrenaline from living victims, what? How do you process that? How would you make it palatable to the human?
Yeah, I don't. Maybe there's a difference because there is some science to this. Like maybe there's a difference between where the adrenochrome is processed from, and maybe there's like a purity level thing. And also the synthetic adrenochrome on the market, it seems like people just buy it to like try to get high. The people that are like doing it like from the stores are just like weirdos trying to catch a buzz versus like looking for an aging agent. Like there hasn't been any scientific studies as far as I can tell to either prove or disprove adrenochrome's effect on age. And also, like I said, if you synthesize it versus getting it from an adult versus getting it from a child, that might have an effect on the potency and how that works. I have no idea. But there are studies. Scientists identify a factor in young blood that helps rejuvenate aging muscle. UPMC scientists discovered the extracellular vessel. Is that vessels? I think that's vessels. VESICLES. Yeah, vessels deliver genetic instructions for longevity protein. So yeah, I mean, there's all this stuff, young blood is good blood, and I showed you the article about the Chinese. They're even just like literally just putting babies in capsules and eating them. Look, here's another one. I know I was gonna do the user reports. We're still gonna do that. I just got a couple other things I want to show.
Since they redacted or actually reappeal Roe v. Wade, now it's going to be an issue with you having.
They might have to remake that cloning document because a lot of Roe v. Wade was brought into that.
Yeah,
they're going to
have to redo all this.
Yeah.
And it falls on the state. It hasn't been made illegal for abortions. It's actually in the states. And the states, if the states already have it on the docket that abortion is illegal, it's going to be an issue. This industry is going to fall apart. And that's probably why a lot of these leftists who actually party with this kind of stuff actually are hating it. I know a girl who's a psychologist. She's in a trauma for after abortions. She's going to be out of a job in the state she's in because of Roe v. Wade's been overturned. She was complaining about it severely online. I'm like, okay, now I know why your whole livelihood.
Well, yeah, she's complaining because it's her job. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So here we have a patent for the method of manufacturing adrenochrome. I'll read this to you. Maybe this will help you understand what exactly it is. Adrenochrome is a commercial intermediate for adrenochrome monoaminoguanine and adrenochrome monosemi-carbazone, known hemostatic agents. Adrenochrome has hitherto been produced on an industrial scale by oxidizing adrenaline or its salts with ruchia metal, potassium ferrocyanide in an organic solution medium. However, this method is inconvenient. So yeah, they're taking adrenaline and then they're mixing it with some type of potassium metal and salts, and then I guess that forms the adrenochrome. So it's from adrenaline. It comes from adrenaline.
Yeah, I get you. So basically, it's trying to synthesize what the compounds in adrenaline are. Which, I mean, if you can do that without actual adrenaline, I don't see a problem. But why would you need more adrenaline?
Yeah,
this is like juicing, on a psychological level.
Yeah, and also they might intentionally be because here we have adrenochrome mono whatever, and then we also have adrenochrome monosemi-carbazone. So there might be different adrenochrome because this just says adrenochrome. Just in this article alone, we see there's 2 different kinds of adrenochrome. Just in this article alone, there might even be more. So the ones that the elites get, maybe children produce their own special kind of adrenochrome. I have no idea. I'm only speculating, but yeah. So we're gonna go back to this. Let me see. Whoops, wrong.
It's better than boner pills, right?
Got it.
Here's some adrenochrome. You can do it now.
Yeah. So he smoked adrenochrome in a crack pipe. That's still pretty crazy to me.
Yeah.
First, it wasn't hallucinations or psychedelic. I had a feeling of warmth through my body. I felt a numbness in my hands, my head, possibly linked to the hemostatic effect. What does that mean?
Well, hemostatic's blood. Really.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it is, yeah. There was some slight sedation and a very slight short-lived euphoria. Was slightly more pronounced when smoking, but still very short-lived. Some minor visual change. There might be some slight meiosis too, equals little pupils, not really sure. To sum up, effects were really weak, absolutely not fun or psychedelic in any way, short-lived. Couldn't say the effect duration as I didn't really check. Needless to say, I was very disappointed and uninterested in the compound. The effects I had from it were flimsy. There was a definite effect on my vision and my mental state for sure, but I would definitely not call it hallucinogenic. I might want to try a higher dose, also possible secondary effects of adrenochrome, as it is a hemostatic compound, prevents bleeding during injury. It's not impossible that excessive use would end up causing blood circulation troubles. Furthermore, scientists seem to say that adrenochrome is known to cause cardiovascular troubles. This was in 2006. 2006, this guy made this report.
They've done testing with it, obviously, you can tell. But
yeah,
the funny part is, like, if it has so many side effects for such a little effect to it, why would people even try it?
Yeah,
think about the long-term side effects of prolonged adrenochrome use. If it affects your blood the way it works, it would probably thicken your blood. It would probably cause cardiovascular disease in the long run.
Yeah. No good.
Yeah.
One day I was driving around. This guy actually got like 3 bowls, 2 joints, and some freaking drawing a blank here. Adrenochrome. All right. One day I was driving around with a couple friends smoking some pot. Friend was driving, had to go to work, so I called the other buddy. I asked if he wanted to smoke some. He said, yeah, of course. So me and my buddy went over there. He said they was looking through his dad's friend's shed and found a bottle of adrenochrome in his toolbox. And he was bringing it over. I was already really stoned when the kid got out there, and he didn't bring the stuff with him, so I was trying to get him to sell me some. Remember, guys, the Yahoo article we read from 2020 said adrenochrome is a fake made-up drug and it doesn't exist. And he really didn't want to because he only had about 20 milliliters, and he wanted to save it because he might not ever have the chance to get any more. About half an hour, me and a couple friends finally talked him into selling us some, so he went to his house and brought back the vial and the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. The stuff was kind of pinkish orange and tasted like old women perfume. The taste was strong in my mouth, and for a while after I dropped it in, he said the first time he took it, he waited about an hour for it to kick in, and immediately after that. But for me, it started to kick in about 15 minutes. The effects were like I took a pill of ecstasy, and it was about to kick in. I had a large amount of energy. I was walking back and forth in my friend's room. I couldn't stand it. I went outside to smoke a cigarette, and it was snowing. Everything started to look blurry and distorted. After that, my friend picked me up. We were driving around in energy all the way, and I started to mildly trip. Everything in the background looked like it wasn't there, and that was just going down straight roads that never end. I was in a really peaceful mood, and the visuals were like mild mushroom trip. I really want to get some more of this stuff. 2006. So I guess if you mix it with enough weed, you might start tripping. And also, the potency is a thing too, because it sounds like this guy just found it in his dad's drawer, which would be, I'm assuming he had it medically for some reason. Like it was in a bottle. I'm assuming it was a medicine bottle. Whereas the other story that we read where the guy smoked it in a crack pipe, he just bought it off some sketchy website online. So it might be like totally different pureness. You know what I mean? Like, okay. At the time, this guy injects it, by the way. He IV injected adrenochrome. Yeah. Kind of like the elites supposedly do. That's what everybody's saying. At the time, I was unaware of adrenochrome or pink adrenaline. I acquired 1 cc/milliliter of regular ephedrine. How do you say that? Ephedrine? For the use of using it just to stay up and get the blood pumping. Isn't that epinephrine? Yeah. That's like adrenaline, right? Isn't that what they use in EpiPens?
Yeah, but you can get that out of different things, man. It's pretty natural, actually.
Dude, people are such druggies on this website. We got one dude smoking freaking adrenochrome out of a crack pipe. This guy has a ephedrine pen just to use it to get jacked up. Like he's literally EpiPenning himself to get high. That's what he said. For the use, just to stay up and get the blood pumping. Anyways, so of course he's going to inject adrenochrome. He's injecting epinephrine just to get high. I was unable to use the epinephrine as soon as I got it and was not able to use it for a 5-day period. During this period, the 1C milliliter of ephedrine was stored in a 1C milliliter syringe with the normal needle cover it in my sock drawer. Over this period of time, I pulled the syringe out. I had noticed the substance in the syringe had turned a pinkish color. Not knowing of any chemical changes having occurred, I injected the 1cc in the substance into my main arm vein. Are you supposed to inject epinephrine in your vein? Aren't you supposed to put it in your fatty tissue? I don't think
That's
you're supposed to.
Normally do. Yeah, because
this guy's a junkie, bro. Like, no offense to this guy. This is a junkie, bro. Yeah. He's literally mainlining epinephrine to get high, bro. To get high. Like, what? Never heard of this. Within seconds, my arm was racing. I was sweating profusely. A headache that could have brought down an elephant. The headache consisted of severe throbbing pain. The headache, sweating, rapid heartbeat lasted about 2 hours and vanished. At this point, I thought it was done with any effects. I was wrong. For the next 7 days, I received periodic bouts of the same severe headaches, but lasting anywhere from several seconds to several minutes. The headaches were incapacitating. After a week, no other symptoms were felt. I definitely got my heart pumping, but due to the severe headache, I would not recommend this. Also, I had absolutely no hallucinations at all. I was hallucinating the headaches. I'm so confused.
Well, he's getting a headache because he's adding this to his blood, and it's probably thickening it up. He needs to rehydrate. Yeah.
I think he's suggesting the epinephrine in the thing somehow turned into adrenochrome. He said, I had noticed the substance in the syringe had turned a pinkish color, not knowing of any chemical changes having occurred. I don't know. That's a weird one for sure. I will say that. That is a weird one. Very odd indeed. So that's all of the user reports I can find on it. So let's just watch a video synthesizing it. Here we go. This is how you make adrenochrome. It's only 5 minutes. Let's see.
Adrenochrome is a controversial substance that led to many conspiracy theories.
So, what even is adrenochrome? Adrenochrome is this funky looking molecule.
Due to popular culture,
it looks weird, doesn't it?
Adrenochrome.
It looks like a little a Mars rover or something, dude. Looks like the thing they landed on the moon.
Well, if you understand how chemical compounds connect, the chains here, they dead end on this side.
Whoa, here I am. He said it was like super acid. It was a liquid. Wow. Yeah. See, the ones they're getting, it's all been a powder and it's all made in a lab. If you're getting adrenochrome on the black market, I mean, there's a chance it's not synthesized in a lab. It might actually be from a human, which is probably like that's kind of messed up. Like, imagine smoking someone's adrenochrome. Like, you get adrenaline from someone else's body, you pack it into a crack pipe and smoke it. Like, that just sounds so wrong.
Yeah. You produce enough as it is. I promise you. Your body produces heroin for that fact.
Yeah.
In small amounts. It's just enough to soothe your chemical receptors in your brain.
Oh, whoops! I'm streaming the wrong tab. Sorry. Am I? Oh no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So your body creates most of these chemical compounds that you find in nature and drugs like opiates and stuff. What you're doing, you're overdoing it. It opens your mind up, basically. It allows the chemical receptors in your mind to overstimulate your mind. Your mind controls the rest of the elements in your body. It'll overproduce the same thing. And the effects are almost supernatural, you could say. Like, that's why people get addicted to these things.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
But
nitrogen, hydrochloride on the third on the bottom right. Yeah. Anhydrous up, oxidized. Dang, so you got this. Yeah, he's got the whole chemical compound down, yeah.
Is this funky looking molecule?
Sorry, did I interrupt you, Roger? Also, why the hell is this guy wearing cat ears?
He's a furry.
We got a furry synthesizing adrenochrome? Oh, yeah, we're cooked. This generation. This guy's like my age, dude, and he's cooking adrenochrome with cat ears on, bro. I don't want anything to do with this generation.
Well, it's shock value what they're looking for there. That's why they do stuff like that. He's not an average Joe, and a lot of these chemists and stuff put these recipes out there for anarchists, you might say. So if you want to get around the pharmaceutical industry, you could actually learn how to do it yourself. It's a how-to. Are you looking at the chemical compound for adrenochrome?
No, I'm just saying. There's so many mimic chemicals, dude. There's so many research chemicals that do the same thing as MDMA. There's research chemicals that do the same thing as LSD. There's research chemicals that are eerily similar to methamphetamines, but they're all research chemicals, so they're slightly changed compounds. And because of research chemicals, a lot of them end up being legal. But they're. I mean, it says it in the name. It's a research chemical. The people taking the drug are the ones being researched upon. You know what I mean? Like they don't know what it does, so you shouldn't be taking them. But yeah, there's people will order these things off the dark web, 2CB, whatever, and then just call it acid and call it a day because they're making way more money and they don't have to actually like go through the process of finding the real deal.
What they were doing with a compound, they call it STP. It was actually supposedly a synthetic heroin and LSD compound that they put together.
Whoa, that sounds like kind of dope, honestly. I would want to try that just for just once, dude. Just once. Like, that sounds kind of crazy, dude. LSD and heroin combined?
Yeah.
That sounds nuts.
They even added a synthetic coke to give it up.
Do you inject it? Imagine.
The liquid you could do several different things with, but injecting is always kind of unsterile.
I would never do that. I'm just because it's heroin. So I was like, oh wow, like I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's the only reason I said inject. I've never done heroin.
You could actually neither have I. Well,
like I've taken a pain pill. I've been injured so many times, dude. I broke my back, my arm, my leg, my other arm, my wrist. Like I've taken a lot of pain pills, dude, medically prescribed, but never actual heroin.
When I was younger, I actually got a hold of what they call these chocolate chip cookies. They were MDMA. And they added
MDMA cookies. Wow. Now they're just like pressed pills.
No, it was just a pill. They called it a cookie because they had.
Oh, they called it a cookie. Oh, okay.
They had chunks of.
What was it like? Blue Dolphin, a Tesla, a MasterCard.
Yeah, I never heard of
They punch them into so many like logos now.
Yeah,
they'll make it Bart Simpson's face or something.
The number one cartel that imports this stuff is, I'm not going to mention a name, but they have a small country in the Middle East.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you talking about you're not talking about Israel, are you?
But I used to distribute the crap back in the day, back when I was younger. Yeah,
I get that.
The chocolate chip cookies had tar heroin in it. That's why they called them chocolate chip cookies.
I remember this black dude telling me that he was a plug, and he was telling me, look, bro, if you see the spotted pills, they got spots in them, that means it's meth. If you see the light-colored pills, yellow, green, high hues, that means it's cocaine. If you see a dark-colored pill, dark red, dark whatever, that means it's heroin. And that's what he told me. And I was like, damn, I'm glad I don't take ecstasy pills because none of these are MDMA. You realize every single one of those pills, no matter what the color is, actually supposed to be MDMA. But, of course, in Atlanta, they don't really have that shit. So they're doing cocaine, meth, and heroin.
Oh, I mean, the original formula was awesome. Actually, it was completely euphoric. You get this clean euphoric high and no real after effects.
Here I am. We still get sheets of acid. Well, not anymore. But if I like hypothetically wanted to, I could get a 100-page sheet of acid for $400. That's $4 a tab. I mean, it's still double what you said. You said $2 a tab, but. Or no, 30 cents. Yeah, 20, 30 cents to a hit. Yeah, that's still super cheap. I mean, if you bought like a whole 1,000 hits, you could probably get it down to like $1.
Well, a sheet,
which is still cheap as hell,
hits.
you know. But
a sheet has 100 hits, and we were paying around $150 when I was a kid.
Yeah, and then a book, a Bible, you call it a Bible or a book. That's 1,000. That's 1,000 hits.
Yeah,
you got a page, which is 100, and then you got a book, which is 1,000.
Well, we call it sheets.
Yeah, sheets. Yeah. There's many different names now. They have gel tabs.
Yeah, I've done the gel tabs once. I was at a show in California. We were vending the show, and a friend of mine brought me a gel tab from Florida, 2 of them, and gave them to me. and that was quite the experience.
Yeah, I took a gel tab from LA, dude. I got a little care package from this dude. He sent me like a bunch of shit and fucking it was good. I mean, I was tripping. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't done acid in years though. Probably like 5 years almost.
Yeah.
Maybe like 4, maybe 4.
This was Halloween night at a tool show called Monster Mash. Is it ASU on the campus? And
Nice. ASU, Arizona State. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Party school. Yeah.
Yep.
You got to graduate in beer drinking.
Yeah, I've been there, man. All right, well let's continue.
Popular culture, some people think that this compound is a very strong psychedelic.
What is this shit?
That stuff makes pure mescaline seem like ginger beer.
You know what mescaline is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, mescaline is.
I know every hallucinogenic under the sun.
Yeah, it's made from the peyote, but I hear mescaline is like way stronger because like the peyote you're eating the cactus versus like powdered mescaline, like it's just the compound, you know. It's like taking a dab versus hitting a joint. Like it's way stronger.
You ever tried microdot?
Microdot, what is that?
Oh, they basically they microdose.
Mescaline.
They cook it down. Yeah, mescaline.
Yeah, I've never tried it actually. My sister tried it and she said her spirit animal is a wolf or something.
Now
and then she said her friend is an otter and like a bunch of weird stuff. I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to find my spirit animal. I'll be honest with you.
Now I have got a thing called 25. You ever heard of that?
25 MEO DMT?
No, LSD.
Oh,
this is this is a pure LSD. It's just purely developed as an hallucinogen. Now they have so many different designer flavors to go with it, but this was the original formula, and they call it. If anybody ever gives you any, you'll know. But it out of all the LSDs I've ever done in my lifetime, that was the cleanest, purest LSD trip.
Yeah, the gel tabs I got from Cali were the same way. It was liquid too. Oh, they weren't gel tabs. It was Sour Patch Kids, dude, and he just took the vial and dropped like 2 drops on each of them. And yeah, that trip was nuts, bro. That trip was nuts. I feel like I've definitely taken research chemicals by accident for sure.
I'm sure you have.
Like I've bought LSD, and then turns out like, whoa, this doesn't quite feel right. This feels like meth, like a little bit too. It feels too chemically. You can tell when it's a research chemical because it's closer to Adderall than it is LSD. You're much more strung out. It sucks. I hated it.
Well, don't they use Adderall to keep your attention span going? That's what the whole point to it is. But I'm pretty sure in higher concentrates it does other things.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's like meth. People hallucinate on amphetamines. You take enough amphetamines, dude, you're going to trip sack. You're going to start seeing bugs and the walls moving, and you're going to be like literally a schizo. I mean, people hallucinate on meth all the time, dude.
Well, that was the one thing I was addicted to for 2.5 years. I had friends in Northern California had a lab that they cooked crystals at, and
wow,
it wasn't your biker type meth. They cook it in the bathroom.
Yeah, I've done meth unintentionally a few times, getting some cocaine that was incredibly. It burned incredibly, and it was very crunchy. Like you chop up the coke and all you hear is crunch, 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 crunch. That is cocaine does not have shards in it. If you get cocaine and you see shards in the little cocaine, that is cut with meth. And I had no idea. I didn't even know. So I did it. And then I was like, why am I still awake? It's been like 10 hours. What's going on? And then I was like, wait a minute. Hold up.
3 days later, you're still talking to yourself?
3 days, dude. Yeah, no, seriously. When I was in Colombia, they had this thing called Tuzi, and it's 2CB, which is it's kind of similar to LSD in a way. It's a amphetamine-esque psychedelic. So 2CB, some cocaine, some ketamine, and then they put it in a pot and they boil it. Well, they don't boil it, but they put it in a pot. They boil the liquid ketamine into the mix. They put pink or purple food coloring to dye the powder pink or purple. and then they add whatever flavor, whether it be grape or strawberry extract, vanilla extract. They add some type of extract to the mix to make it taste good. It's like snorting Smarties, if you if you know what that is from like middle school.
Yeah, I know what Smarties are, but I wouldn't snort Smarties.
Well, I'm not saying you should, but that's just dumb things that at least kids my generation in elementary school used to do, like retards. But yeah, it tastes like that. It tastes like you're eating a Smartie, but you're snorting it. Anyways, a lot of the times it would be cut with meth. And in Colombia, the clubs don't close. Like I remember I'd be chilling with these girls, and we would leave the club at 6 a.m. and we would go to another club. Like we'd hop in the cab. I'm thinking we're going home to sleep. And then we would end up at another club at about 10 a.m. We'd have breakfast and then go straight to another club. And we'd all be partying because they're all on meth, dude. And they're doing this 2Z stuff, 2CB, ketamine, meth, cocaine, all mixed into one bag. And it's actually quite incredible. I ended up doing some of it just to stay on par with them because I was like fast asleep. And it's 10 a.m. and they're still partying hard. But I noticed that too. Whenever the night would end and they would finally sleep, I would be wide awake because all the other drugs would wear off. And the only thing you'd be left with is meth. The 2CB is gone. The cocaine is gone. The ketamine is gone. If they put some type of opiate in the pill, that's gone. And 5 to 6 hours down the line, the only thing you're really feeling is the 2CB and the meth. And that shit sucks. That shit sucks. It was awful. I hated that powder, dude. The 2Z, as they call it, it's rough, dude. It's rough. If they took out the meth, it would actually not be that bad. But anything with meth in it, oh, God, no. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Here, man. They'll trace the call and put you straight behind bars.
The second reason for adrenochrome's popularity is that rich people apparently extracted from tortured children in order to look younger and live longer.
So many people talked about this conspiracy that it even made it into major news outlets.
I believe that Jesse was tortured for the drug adrenochrome. Adrenochrome is a chemical that our body produces when we are extremely fearful.
With all of the mysteries surrounding adrenochrome, it would be fun to try to make some.
So to make adrenochrome, I bought 50 liters of premium quality tortured African orphan children blood, and let's go!
Well, he took the ears off. That's good.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna use something else.
Okay, we have silver nitrate, sodium hydroxide, adrenaline, methanol, formic acid, and distilled water. I dare say a lot of these chemicals are not present when your body supposedly makes adrenochrome.
For the reaction, I will need a fancy oxidizing agent called silver oxide, and as I don't
Silver nitrate. I guess it's also called silver oxide.
have any, I'll make it myself. I weighed out 8.5 grams of silver nitrate and
Yeah, a
dissolved.
joint and a coffee, I'm good, dude. Yeah, same here. A joint and a nice beer, a nice coffee, relax, chill. If I want to go a little bit higher, you know, maybe take a dab, get a little bit more stoned. But yeah, I'm well beyond the days of doing a bunch of drugs and all of that. I'll be honest with you. But I was a troubled child, I guess. So I was always wanting to try everything and experiment things. But even I had my limits. I never did meth intentionally. It was always cut cocaine or some other drug cut with it. And I never did heroin ever. So yeah, that's good. Even I had my limits, you know.
it in distilled water. With sodium hydroxide, silver nitrate can easily be converted to the oxide, and I weighed out 4 grams of it.
Alright.
If I add the solid sodium hydroxide to the silver nitrate solution, it may get covered with silver oxide and the reaction won't be as efficient, therefore I dissolved it.
I only
Forget
smoke
the most
hash.
important part, the dirt.
Nice, man. Hash is pretty good. We get a little bit of hash out here. I got a medical card, and yeah, they sell these hash pucks. They're okay. They're pretty good. Mostly, I hit carts, bro. Like, it's so much easier. Like, I could just hit the cart right now. I don't even have to go outside. I don't have to stink up the house. Nothing smells like weed. The cart almost smells like fruit or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's nice.
I can show you how to make your own hash. It's not hard.
Oh yes, I've made it before. Yeah, it's pretty easy, especially when you grow. I used
Yeah.
to grow, and I rub up all on them plants. But at the same time, though, the more you touch on the plants with your hands, the more of the resin glands are going into the hash and not the finished product of the bud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, do you want hash or do you want good quality bud? You know, you don't want to necessarily rub your hands all over it and try to get all of it off of it.
No, but I mean, you can have a certain set crop just for hash.
Yeah, or even the trim. You know, you can use trim to make hash.
You got to have a real good press though.
Yeah.
Get the oil.
Silverfish for the catalytic properties.
So far he's just basically got silver nitrate and some type of sodium something.
Okay.
Puts it on a heating element.
When silver nitrate reacts with sodium hydroxide, it instantly forms this
Oh, that's a weird looking reaction going on there.
nasty looking brown silver oxide. I added more dihydrogen monoxide and stirred the reaction for 2 hours to ensure that all the silver nitrate gets destroyed.
So what you're gonna end up with is a residue.
To get rid of formed sodium nitrate and leftover sodium hydroxide, I decanted off the
So
water
he's trying to get it from this. All that extra liquid was just
and washed several times with distilled water until the pH was neutral. I filtered it off using a vacuum filtration, which eliminates most of the water. But as I'm way too lazy to wait for it to dry naturally, I ended up washing it with acetone.
Well, that's gonna add an effect to it, I'm sure.
And there you go.
Yeah, I mean, you have to purge out the
expensive
acetone.
Yeah.
Of dirt. And with this dirt, I can finally try to make adrenochrome.
Methanol.
I added 14 milliliters of methanol to this round bottom flask, and then I added 0.27 milliliters of 99% formic acid. And instead of the blood of tortured children, I'm going to use adrenaline. The only true part about the adrenochrome myth is likely that being
I mean, to be fair, dude, what would the process be like if because I mean, even the adrenaline he has, I'm assuming it's not procured by human means. It's probably synthesized adrenaline in a lab that he ordered online.
Yeah. Well, what the myth is that they scare young children to the point where they're almost afraid to the adrenaline is so pumping through their mind they extract it from the gland.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's not torture, I guess. I don't know.
In some ways, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a mental anguish thing. But I mean, to extract the adrenaline that you're going to use,
that would be torture. Yeah.
So that would turn them into almost a zombie-like being. I don't know how the process done, and I don't think anybody's going to show you somebody actually going through a process where they're extracting adrenaline out of their glands.
Right.
Anyways.
See
if you can find a video on
the adrenaline release.
Say that again?
See if you can find a video of somebody extracting adrenaline out of a living subject.
I think that is probably that's got to be against some type of law.
Yeah, well, even they're mad about animal torture. I mean, even you use like a primate or something, but I don't think that it would be compatible with a human's adrenaline. I don't know. Could be.
Yeah, I can't find anything on it.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
It's not going to be up there where you can see it.
No.
If that's an actual thing, it could be just a urban myth.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Me neither.
Release in your body. I added the adrenaline to the methanol solution and then weighed out 2 grams of the expensive dirt I made earlier. I added the dirt to the flask.
Yeah, you don't want to watch that.
closely,
Here I
you can-
am. Yeah, I agree. I probably don't want to watch that. It'd probably be and I guess if you were to extract it, wouldn't you have to be in an adrenaline type of state? Like if they did it when you were, just like in a normal state, would it even be productive at all? Like they would have to hype you up and scare you, and it'd be
See
kind
that
of
the
bad.
solution immediately
Well, you're not
turned
producing
red.
adrenaline unless you're in a
Adrenochrome,
fight mood. You know.
It is interesting how it turns blood red.
Yeah. Well, I think it's
You
to
look
do with the,
closely, you can-
the iron in the compound he just made. That's where the red tint comes from.
See that the solution immediately turned red.
Looks like blood.
Adrenochrome actually looks like blood. Maybe we can also do the reverse and synthesize tortured children from this substance. The reaction taking place is the following. Adrenochrome first gets oxidized to adrenoquinone and then gets oxidized a second time to form the final product adrenochrome. To isolate the product, I put the flask into a box filled with ice.
3 hours later.
As it cooled down,
Yeah, you put the
red powder
adrenochrome on
cracked.
ice. Nice, man. Sounds familiar.
I decanted off the remaining blood and put a flask into a
It's not
desiccator.
adrenaline, it's epinephrine, I believe. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Yeah, could be. Damn, that does look so gross, though, dude. It looks like
Well,
blood.
He just said he got synthesized adrenaline. He
Yeah,
didn't say
yeah.
anything about epinephrine.
I guess they are similar, though, right? Isn't epinephrine like, isn't that adrenaline or something?
Yeah.
Or close to it?
To a point. Yeah. I don't know how they make it. I should look up the process.
I mean, he
I
did say
evacuate-
pure adrenaline, so I'm just going to go with what he said.
Let it stand overnight, and the next day I was left with this black powder.
Is that the adrenochrome, the black
In
powder?
the end, I got 215 milligrams, which is a 44% yield. I filled the powder into this fancy vial and closed it up using a special tool. And there you go, I obtained torture and child-free adrenochrome, which I can use to live forever. When you add water to the solid adrenochrome, it looks like blood again.
There you go. Now you know how to make blood and torture-free adrenochrome. I really hope you enjoyed.
It's interesting. That was a good video. Kind of
can't pull up
demysticized it a little bit, you know?
They're not pulling up any of my web searches on epinephrine. I think it's probably you have to have a license on how to make it. It's part of the medical industry.
Oh, yeah, it's probably patented and all that, right? Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to end with this. You're going live here in a couple hours as well. So
Yeah, and I'm going to go over Gleason's book so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, actually, I do want to go over a little bit here, though, if you don't mind. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you.
Keith reminded me you said something about you want to do something on it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's not read all of it because if we're gonna go over it on your stream, then there's no point. But
Yeah.
we'll go over a little bit of it. So this is the Earth a Globe by Is the Bible from Heaven? Is the Earth a Globe by Alexander Gleason in the 1800s. Demonstrated evidence that the Earth is not a globe. And you'll be surprised how many of this actually is some of the same stuff that globers still talk about today. The amount of curvature to the mile on a circle, 25,000 miles. Let me see if I can find it here. Not having higher than one part is smothered. Okay, let me see. I think it's this one here. So they use the canal footage. There are two so-called levels following the lengths. The longest level is 62 miles between the locks at the port and those at Rochester. The fall in the water, 62. So it's actually pretty scientific. I'm looking for something specific though. And yet the entire. Okay, here we go. Does the line of sight intersect the water? Says a bystander. No, was the reply, Mr. Arnold. Previously to setting the telescope, Mr. A had judged the vessel to be 20 miles or more distant. 20 miles or more distant. I thought it was like 3 miles to the curve and the horizon. How far?
With the radius of the said circumference is, it would only the horizon would start at 1.2. But well, yeah, around there.
Yeah.
If you're 6 foot tall on average, the average height of a man, if you're standing at sea level, the horizon would actually, the physical geometric horizon that's on a sphere ball that you're looking across, that's where it would be. But we have observations to go well beyond that point, so it's obviously not that radius.
Oh man, this is going to be tough. This is a long chapter.
Yeah, I've been reading.
Well, actually, the chapter is, let's see, it's probably about 15 pages or so, I'd say.
Yeah.
More than that, probably maybe 20 pages. I reckon we might be able to get through it on your stream. I mean, the pages are pretty small.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to probably get through the whole book. And
yeah.
there's
just this chapter, I want to try to get through. Because this chapter is specifically on the proofs the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Whereas like other chapters in the book, he's talking about the calendar and how we're actually in the year like 6,000 because the Gregorian calendar is wrong and all that. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
So, okay, so he says 10 miles would require a divergency of 66 feet and 8 inches, according to the formula. Mr. Arnold, seeing this, says, how high are those propellers, Mr. Gleason? About 60 feet from the water to the top of the smokestack. Whoops. And yet you see the entire vessel from top of the smokestack to the water beating against her bow. After making due diligence for the 5 feet of the transit above water, according to the formula, we would not any more than see a very small portion, if any, of her smokestack. I don't understand it, says Mr. A. Now please direct the instruments to Kenneth Short. That being done, I was invited to look through the level telescope, and as I now saw here before me, a government marine chart giving all points of distance on Lake Erie. I give the same according thereto from point where we stood to Wallen Canal, 22 miles, and from the same point observation. This isn't what I'm looking for, but that's another good one. Let me see if I can find it.
And well, that's an observation beyond 22 miles that they're actually seeing the whole boat through a telescope, which it should be obstructed by an actual sphere edge.
This is what I was looking for. This is because even Globers still use the same thing today. Yeah. At various distances from the shore to the horizon and beyond, as shown in the diagram below, this he gives to demonstrate the globular shape of the Earth. He says, moreover, if we watch ships putting out to sea, we lose first the hull and then the lower sails until the highest parts of the mast disappear. If the surface of the Earth were flat or an extended plane, this would not be so. And I think this was not before refraction, but I think this was before they figured out about refraction. So we'll see what he says. We would not like to flatly deny what Mr. Locke here may see with this theoretical vision, and thousands of others who never gave the matter a demonstrated test. Yet we can give our testimony as one who has been only about 2 years a seafaring man, and since that time our attention have been called to the particular demonstration of this matter. We have always been able to behold the sails at a greater distance than we should see the mast. If I decide a circle into 360 degrees, the usual and accepted rule, the angle from the parallel or vertical from the center of the circumference is the same, regardless of the diameter of the said circle. Though the farther we go to the center, the greater the divergency of these lines from each other or wider space. We make these remarks for the benefit of those who are not acquainted with geometrical terms and facts. Now, the angle and diminution of our vision and that of average eyes is about the same as that of 1 degree, or about the same ratio or angle of a degree. To further demonstrate the theory, stand in the middle of a railroad track where the track is straight for 1 mile, and though it be upgrade, you will find the rails appear to meet in a mile or less. This will fairly illustrate the convergency and diminution of sight. One thing to bear in mind, the horizon line is ever on a level with the eye, as is illustrated further on in a viewing vessel from shore lifted. It's interesting because this was before refraction. Now we know it's all refraction. That's why we see the mast. Light refracts upwards. The higher an object is, the farther away you can see it. Up from level on the waters in between us on the horizon line and the distance of dark blue waters. I'm going to leave this for your stream, bro, but it is very interesting.
There's more I want to get into, and it's going to have a lot to do with my trip to Antarctica.
Nice.
Because Gleason's does touch on what the sun actually does scientifically.
Yeah, I think he says there's a he says there is no midnight sun. I think he might be wrong about that, I'll be honest. I think there is a midnight sun in Antarctica, but I don't think it's 24 hours.
No, the whole point is it has to be a 24-hour sun. You understand how they manipulate the time. Where
it would have to match their time zones and things for the globe, right?
Well, the time zones have been all screwed up, believe me.
Yeah, I mean,
promise.
There's already, yeah.
So basically, if you go back at Greenwich Mean Time, the 24-hour period in the sun circuit would be longer the southerly you go, because the meridians are further apart. It's a wider circuit, so it's going to take longer for the sun to pass through that circuit.
Right, because they're wider apart.
Yeah, so you're on a higher elevation too in Antarctica than anywhere else. So you'll actually get at least 2 or 3 days with elongated days, but I'm pretty sure they're not 24 hours, and you will eventually see a sunset. Will go out of perspective.
We ought to touch on that. Hopefully I can control F it and find it on this. Yeah. Maybe I can't. Hold on. Control F. Let's see. What am I looking for?
Looking for the sun circuit in the Southern Ocean.
Times. Oh, see, the sad part is when you control F on the page, unless I'm on that page, it won't show it. I skipped to a random page earlier, and he was talking about the time zones being messed up and the years being off, and how they have to invent leap years and these different things to keep their system working. And he goes all into how the calendar and the time and everything is just totally off and not how it's supposed to be.
When they came up with the global coordinate system, they had to hijack all that stuff to make it work in the calendars too.
Yeah, because it's all tied to the calendar. We base it on revolutions of the sun, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
So the calendar is very much based on their false idea of astronomy. The entire calendar. I'd be willing to bet if everyone found out the Earth was flat, we would have to find a whole new calendar because we can't base it on the revolutions of the sun. We don't revolve around the sun.
No.
So it can't be based on that.
No, it's based the calendars with those calendars, equinox and solstice. That's how the calendars are built.
Right.
And that's why when you get globies come in, they're like, why you going to be down in Antarctica on the solstice? Well, there's a reason. The sun is in its circuit. Yeah, it's just in the further southern reaches when it transfers from one tropic to the other.
Oh, I just found something, guys, on the adrenochrome thing. Continue though. I'm gonna play it after.
Okay. Yeah. There's another retribute from that too is actually the eclipses, because the sun and the moon actually are following the same circuit. They cross paths when they're in the tropics. That's where you get the eclipses at. That's where they come from. But they were actually attributed to what they call the nodes. And there's in older astronomy, the nodes were different than what they are now. They say a node to the sun is the edge of it, or the node to the moon is the edge of it. That's what they call it. There was some other myth back in the day where nodes were separate bodies that traveled in between the sun and the moon. That's what eclipsed the sun or the moon in its process. It's not the sun and the moon, and
it's something else.
And
it's not us. It's not us.
No, not the Earth. I mean, like with the solar eclipse.
Yeah.
They have never caught a picture of the moon eclipsing the sun. Even
Terry Reichard put a good video out, and he basically here. Let me pull up Microsoft Paint and just give you a visual of what this looks like. And it makes sense when you think about it. Like when you think about it logically, like, wow, like that actually does make sense. Or at least I did, and it made sense to me. So maybe it'll make sense to you. I don't know. Let's talk about it. Window Paint. Okay.
And so I got to beg Christian right quick. There's 13 months in the moon calendar.
13.
Yeah.
Not 12.
Yeah. Sun calendar, 12.
Okay, so
they're different.
This is the ground. The ground is going to be here. I know the moon isn't this close, but let's just say the moon comes up from the horizon. Yeah, I'm doing my best here. Okay, so you're here, right?
Yeah.
You're looking up at the sun. This is your line of sight. You're looking up at the sun.
Uh-huh.
Terry Reichard was saying you should see the moon come from here. The moon comes from here. You're going to see the moon go here. You're going to see the moon cover the sun, and then it's going to go. And you should see the whole thing, the whole moon, the whole time. What do we actually see? This is what we see. This is what we see.
Yeah, I know what we see.
This is all we see. We don't see here. We don't see here. We don't see the movement here. We don't see the movement here. All we see is it occulting the sun, and then it disappears. I don't think it's the moon.
Yeah. Well, they've never photographed it. They've actually taken filters and tried to photograph a eclipse with the sun, and they never have gotten a picture of the moon. It's like I've looked at several different photos of it, and I can't make out what it is really.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure the sun, they're blaming it on the sun's light being impossible to see through.
This is a thing that says adrenochrome, an oxidization product of epinephrine. So it seems to me that adrenochrome can be produced from epinephrine, not necessarily just pure adrenaline.
Okay.
So I think that is a good clarification. Yeah, it could be either or, but I wonder what the difference might be. There might be a purity difference. There might be something. I don't know. I just found this and I was like, oh, okay. So it doesn't have to be adrenaline. You could use epinephrine as well. Now check this out. Effective adrenochrome on age, right? Okay. Page number 5. Jeffrey Epstein's indictment, baby. I don't know what the hell that's doing on Google. This is what I looked up. I want you to Google this. If you Google this, you go to page 5, you'll find it. It even happened on my phone. I just thought this was pretty funny. I don't know why the hell Jeffrey Epstein's indictment is popping up under adrenochrome on Google. I thought that was really funny. I had to show that.
Maybe he's part of the cartels and they actually developed.
I think this is truth in plain sight, folks. Yeah. I think if you're looking up adrenochrome and Jeffrey Epstein pops up, like you might want to wonder, maybe these. How I don't know the words to use, dogmatic, esoteric, occultic people that run the world. They believe in these laws of karma, and they think they get off on telling you the truth in plain sight. Their spells actually work better. They get a kick out of like putting the spells in front of you and you're unbeknownst to it. Like they actually would prefer to be manipulative with their magic than actually like you be a part of it in every way. Like they actually enjoy that. But they believe in the law of karma. And as long as they tell you the truth, even if it's in plain sight or deflecting and laughing at it, you know, they have these they do that all the time. They'll have Steve who's a Saturday Night Live guy?
There's a whole bunch of them, man. There's a lot of Saturday Night Live people. I don't know about any new
No,
ones.
the show, Saturday Night Live. Who runs the show?
Yeah. George Michaels is actually the producer of the show.
Well, who's the guy on stage that does Saturday Night Live? That guy's name.
Well, they get guest host every show. So it could be any celebrity or any comedian.
There used to be one main dude. No, not the guest host. The main host of Saturday Night Live. That's like, hello, welcome.
There's never been a main host of Saturday Night Live. Dude. I'm dead serious.
Who's
I wish
the
there
guy
were,
I'm
but
thinking of?
There's always a guest host.
I'm gonna hold on. Interview
Ask anybody.
with Shaq. Who's the guy interviewing Shaq? And who was the guy interviewing Mark Zuckerberg? I'm pretty sure it was the same guy both times.
Well,
maybe that wasn't Saturday Night Live.
I don't think it is.
I thought it was SNL.
Another show. SNL
it's a what?
They'll have Woody Harrelson do it one week, and they'll have Christy Agatha do it one week, and so on and so forth.
Like you've seen what was the show? You've seen the show where Mark Zuckerberg came on. He had the occultic shit on inside of his.
No, I've never seen that one. I haven't.
You haven't seen that, really?
No, I haven't. I don't watch TV though.
Oh my gosh, I'm about to put you on, Roger.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Mark, and then even the guy from Dumb and Dumber, who's his name?
You talking about Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey, even he was on the show and he was talking about, and then he did the symbolism where he sticks his tongue out.
You're talking about the Tonight Show?
The Tonight Show, yeah. The Tonight Show. Yeah, see, I've never seen the show ever on TV. I've only ever seen clips. I didn't even know it was called The Tonight Show. Jimmy Fallon.
Well, Jimmy Fallon does one. Jimmy Kimmel does another one. But all the networks have their like late night show. And the original guy who did it was his name Johnny Carson. He ran the Tonight Show. He was really funny. He used to get like Carl Sagan come on and tell everybody how flat the universe was all the time. He'd make fun of him. You knew Carl Sagan is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the video here
because he started finding out everything's measured flat. The whole universe is built flat.
Can someone help me find this video, guys? It's the video where Mark Zuckerberg, the lady somebody tells him to take off the hoodie, and then he has like this Masonic Illuminati-esque. I found it. Here we are. And this wasn't even on the Tonight Show. This was on a different show. I'll show you the one with Jim Carrey as well. But yeah, this is the one I was talking about. Let's see.
Fascinating answer. Okay, you want to take off the hoodie?
It's awful.
No, I never take off the hoodie.
It's awful.
I thought.
So they ask him to take off the hoodie. Let's see what's in his hoodie.
And he never takes off the hoodie.
You haven't seen this, Roger, right?
No, I haven't.
Wow, this is great. I'm so glad I can like present this.
That was
because everybody
okay,
needs
you want
to
to
see
take off the hoodie?
No, I never take off the hoodie.
I know you don't. What's with that? There's a group of women in the audience that wish you would.
No.
No, he doesn't take it off.
Girls?
Whoa.
Chicken.
Look at him. He's sweating, dude. He's like, please don't tell me to take off the hoodie. And also, he looks like a reptilian with those eyes. I'm just gonna say that now. I'm not saying he is, but he looks like a droid.
He's got the Roman nose. He's got the Roman style haircut.
Dude, he looks like Julius Caesar, dude. No cap, though. If he was a statue right now, and you put him in some Roman clothing with a little like the reef on their head, bro, he'd look just like him. Yeah. You're so right, dude. I've never even peeped that before. You're actually like on point with that.
Sometimes.
Sorry.
You know the Statue of Liberty looks like a man too. Have you ever looked at the Statue of Liberty's face?
It's based off the Colossus of Rhodes. That's what they modeled the statue off of.
Yeah, it looks like a Greek man. Like it looks so manly. Like I never noticed it until somebody said it looks like a man, and then I looked at it and I was like, "Holy cow, there's a tranny holding a torch in New York City statue. Like it's literally a tranny statue. I can't even believe it. Like it's almost undeniable. Let me pull up a picture really quick because I'm sure at least somebody in the audience has.
I want to see underneath this hoodie, man.
Whoa.
Not like
that.
that.
I thought you were
dude.
talking about the Statue of Liberty. Hold on, sorry,
No, yeah.
my bad.
That'd be
My
an
bad,
upskirt
my bad.
shot, and
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you'll find nothing but a skeleton of a.
I was like, hold on a second. But look at this, guys. Doesn't this look like a dude? It looks like one. I mean, it almost looks like Mark Zuckerberg or something, dude, or like one of the Greeks. Like
got a heavy chin though, but puffy lips. Yeah.
Look at that. The nose. It's very. I don't know, man.
Well, you know where the Colossus of Rhodes was that, right?
No.
Oh.
Where's
How about
that?
there's a Colossus in Alexandria too. There were giant statues. This is basically a lighthouse. Statue of Liberty was used as a lighthouse at one point in time.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, let's see him take off the hoodie, dude. Let's reveal the secret plans, of course. Which equals 113. Secret plan. What do you know?
Can you explain what this instant personalization thing was that you did, and why you did it, and what's the value of it to your users?
Maybe I should take off the hoodie.
Take off the hoodie.
Go ahead.
Yeah, take off the hoodie.
Go ahead. Here. Let me get someone.
Truth in plain sight. He didn't have to take off the hoodie. It's almost like this was planned. It's almost like they wanted us to see this.
Right?
Yeah.
This is a great moment in internet history.
What?
All right.
What are we gonna do with the mic?
Put it on your.
All right.
Put it on the collar of your T-shirt. Do you want?
You need some help?
No, I'm good.
All right.
Sorry about the quality, guys.
Sorry
It's
about
like,
Sorry about being warm.
is it even 360? Yes, it is 360. Thought it was 240. Is that
We're
bad?
not even yelling at you.
Yeah.
We're not even yelling at you, Mark.
We're not going to yell at it.
No, we're of course not. That is a warm hoodie.
Yeah. No, it's a thick hoodie. It's a company hoodie. We print our mission on the inside.
Oh, they print their mission.
really?
They print their mission. What's the mission, Zuck? What's the mission, Zuck? Let's see.
Inside of the
Facebook.
hoodie, everybody. Take a moment. What is
He's
it?
like, oh.
Making the.
Making the world more open and connected.
Oh my God! It's like a secret
Cool.
cult.
It's like a secret cult. Wow, look at
Making the
that.
world open and connected. Stream graph platform, and this
That's a
weird symbol
Kabbalah.
in the middle that is
Yeah.
probably for the
Yeah.
Illuminati.
Oh, it's probably for the Illuminati. Look at that. Even the lady looking at it said, this is a symbol for the Illuminati. Look
Oh,
at that.
2010.
No, it's 2010.
2010.
Oh no.
This is old news.
I read Dan Brown on the.
So what is instant personalization, and why did you do it?
Oh, they got.
What's it?
Sure. So I mean,
Let's see if we can get a better
we're
picture of it. Is that the best we get? That's the best we get. And yeah, it's a little weird there, man. I wish they would have got a closer up on it.
2010.
Now let
One
me
more
find the
next to
Jim
it, but a
Carrey
Kabbalah. Yeah.
on the Tonight Show.
What, doing the Illuminati?
Yeah. Have you seen that
Illuminati?
one?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, then if you've seen it, then there's no point.
I think most of the people in the audience have seen Jim Carrey do that.
Oh yeah, hopefully, right? We sure hope so.
It's on YouTube, and these guys sit there.
All right, so I'm gonna just end with this. This is something different. This is a research paper done in 2019. Secret hand gestures in paintings. During the Renaissance period, hands were as important a focus of attention as the face was because they were the only visible area of the body. Hence, representation of the position of the hands became a decorative element that was almost as important as the face, thus giving it high visibility. Hand gestures in portraits and paintings have been one of the most effective ways of conveying secrets, codes, and messages. They still do it today. From this historical and religious perspective, hand signs in the visual art may provide clues about the underlying iconographical symbols. This paper will examine the eventual hidden meanings behind a peculiar hand gesture that has been widely used by several painters. During the Renaissance period, hands were okay. Let's see. There's a particular hand gesture that is widely used by painters for several nationalities, belonging to the Renaissance, Mannerism, Baroque, and later artistic movements. It is an unnatural position of one or both hands in which the third or fourth digits are held tight together. I would almost be willing to bet, even today, this would most likely tie down to some type of either Masonic handshake, Illuminati handshake, or whatever it is. Because they still do these secret handshakes today. Let me actually give you an example. I got Joe Biden and Trump giving each other a Illuminati handshake.
It almost like you sound like you're going to say something else.
Whoa, yeah, they're yeah.
Well, that's politics.
Anyways, yeah, that's politics. You make a living off of things you don't live by. Okay. Here it is. Boom. That's not a natural handshake. That is an occultic handshake right there. Not a normal handshake. We don't shake hands like that.
Who's in charge there? It was Trump. You give that look that he gave Biden as he's looking up at him.
Yeah.
He had the 2 fingers out. And he's just looking up at you like, try it, son.
Yeah. Let me go back. Here we go.
You should look back at old Biden, like back in when he was in Congress when he first got started. It's completely different, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they were talking about Bill Clinton's clone in a cloning document earlier, so I mean, you just never know, right? I mean, shit. Unnatural position, just like the handshake we just saw.
Yeah.
And they both did it too. Like, it's weird. It's almost like they knew how to do that handshake. Who taught them? As if almost fused, resembling syndactyly. Syndactyly? That's a weird one. This Y just confuses me. If it was syndactyly, that would be easy. But syndactyly sounds weird. And the second and fifth fingers are separated from the center one. So far, no one has attempted to understand the common meaning of this representation. I think that's up for debate. I'm willing to debate that. I think even the people in that time knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like when I was in any of the clubs I've been in my lifetime, they're like even all the way back to the Scouts throughout.
Even college clubs and things. Yeah, there's always weird
handshakes.
Yeah. Therefore, the goal of this investigation is to discuss the meanings and to speculate about the reasons of this depiction of this unnatural finger position. And this is an interesting one to take. But yeah, they always do the thing right there with that. I think it's some type of gesture of, hey, I'm a part of this secret order. Yeah. I'm paying homage. Our investigation is specifically focused on the religious meaning and the cultural iconography, or the secret message conveyed. Well, I hope the religious meaning is they're willing to tell the truth and say that it might be,
Well, that's a big word. What does iconography mean?
Iconography is like inscriptions and things like that. Here, I'll tell you the definition.
Yeah, I think I know what it means.
As a branch of art history, studied the identification, description, and interpretation of the content of images. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's actually understanding images, I guess.
Yeah.
Iconography. Here we have studied this gesture in 4 different unnatural gestures across hundreds of portraits by more than 80 painters. The hand placed on the chest, on the flank, pointing upwards towards the sky and downwards towards the earth. Oh yeah, that's a big one, right?
Yeah.
Above.
Well, I like the 2 fingers held up.
Yeah, I've seen that. There's even pictures of Jesus doing that.
Well, there's pictures of Jesus doing all kinds of stuff. You go through all the murals and stuff throughout Eastern Europe. And
there's pictures of the Baphomet doing the same thing. He has 2 fingers pointed below and 2 fingers pointed up. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's as above, so below. It's literally occultism right in front of your face. He's pointing above and he's pointing below. The hand grasping an object or holding a person. Okay, this position can be observed in the works of several artists, including Titan, Pontormo, Bronzino. Ooh, that's a good fish. Ralph Santi, Michelangelo Buonarroti, whatever. I know I butchered that. El Greco, Rafael Menges, Juan de Juanes, among other painters across the centuries. 8 portraits constitute. Okay, so let's see. So we got this one. Clearly see that there.
Yeah, and the 2 fingers.
Cosimido. Oh, okay, not English. I'm not even going to try. Mesopotamian Museum. Interesting.
Who's the hottie there?
I know, right? She looks kind of like an alien with the eyes.
Yeah.
There's the signal, though. Even Jesus on the cross doing that. There it is. With both of his hands.
That looks so real right there.
Yeah,
that's realistic. That's what a crucifix was like, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. This
you
is
see a breast.
Whoa. I don't know if I can show that. She was doing the hand sign, trust me. This one has
half a breast with it.
Yeah. This one has some type of Mike. I don't know who that's supposed to be.
That's God. And like
that's God. Yeah, sadly.
Father.
I got this guy doing it. Let's see. I've seen a lot of these paintings before too. None of this is actually like
There's Christopher.
Even Christopher. I'm telling you, bro. Like they were all a part of the club. I feel like this was a Freemasonic sign back in the day. It probably still is.
Yeah.
Based on the author's experience in the we think that the unnatural hand position is most probably an artistic device or symbol rather than a true pathological deception. See, that's where I think they're wrong on this. I think it is more deceptive. Given that
you got to get rid of the conspirator, didn't you? First.
Yeah, a little bit, right? Although the idea that this gesture may be a content-laden symbol, a secret physical hand sign conveying a higher meaningful idea is fascinating. The present investigation has a purpose to dismiss the gesture. Okay, so we have to defend the narrative now because they just
write it off. Yeah,
they're trying to write it off. They're trying to write it off. Yeah. So we cannot let this happen.
People doing it in the photos.
And they're all a part of these same clubs. Yeah. Like all of these people have similar things in common, and it's not just this hand sign they have in paintings. It's not just the hand sign. Okay, the hand gesture was systematically identified. It is not present in any of the art manuals. Of course not. Symbolism, guidelines, religious books, sects, or secret societies in both Western and Eastern world. I would disagree with that. Therefore, 5 basic hypotheses have been proposed to decipher the meaning. They are disguised and dismissed below. Okay. Crypto Jew. Okay. Marinos recognition. According to the hypothesis, this gesture was a secret sign used to recognize crypto Jews, each other.
Yeah,
during the time of the Inquisition, according to Catholic King's Order of 1492, Jews living in Liberia were forced to accept or to leave Spain. Many Jews, although converted, continue to practice Judaism in secret. Yeah, I think this is more of a Kabbalah thing. I don't think it's a Judaism thing. I think these are Kabbalists, and they might be Jewish too.
Well, even to that point, the Cabal actually goes into flat Earth too, believe it or not.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to show you a video. This is one of the videos I'm going to look at tonight, probably. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I'm going to show how meteorology actually became an art form of a magnitude because of flat Earth. And actually, the Book of Enoch has a lot to do with it. It's kind of strange, but yeah, Flat Earth, Flat Water put out a little documentary on it. I'm going to do a little bit on it tonight.
Nice.
And it's Kabbalistic all the way. 100%.
100%, yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. I've been talking a lot.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Christian, what's up? How's it going? You can't
water balls, space pizzas. We don't do space pizzas. We have an enclosed environment, sir.
Dude, I just got the worst the worst imagination possible. When I thought of space pizza, I just imagined like Bill Gates in space with a little girl. That's a space pizza to these freaks.
I can't.
He's going to space. I mean, I guess it's legal in outer space, right? I mean,
oh yeah.
Hopefully not. I'm just saying. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to put the new Epstein Island in a satellite in space so they can get away with it for sure. Then, not that I mean, satellites don't exist. So, well, they do, but like they're not.
Well, we touched on that in my last stream. Me and D-Man
I missed it, bro.
We were talking about geocentric satellites, and they were showing us how they don't vary all the way to the horizon. And basically, you could do that with a transmission. It would vary at the horizon due to the topography would actually mess you up. Even north and south, they said they do this. I could broadcast a signal north and south from a transmitter, and it will distort at the horizon. But it'd be a geostationary signal. That's all you need. And I could say it's a satellite at that degree. That's where the signal was broadcast to that height. So,
right.
But they say it goes all the way horizon.
Oh my gosh!
We were digging into radio after that, and the only thing that impedes radio is not curvature. Radio is impeded by the environment, like sands, granite. The denser the sands, the denser the granite, the more it absorbs and reflects the signal, so you can't broadcast over certain parts of the earth. My dad used to do radio engineering when I was younger. He did it for
your dad, Effie?
My dad's dead, dude.
Oh well, what?
No, my dad was in the Navy. I never heard him say globe or flat in his entire life. He never persuaded me, but he taught me how to do navigation to a point.
Right.
And my grandfather was a midshipman, retired Navy. So I do know how to navigate properly, and you need a compass. And compasses don't work on globe. Let's put it that way. You cannot get a compass to work.
Oh, speaking of a compass, check this out, guys. Isaac Newton's Freemasonry, the alchemy and science of mysticism.
Huh.
And also, guess what? Check this out. Guess who else is doing the hand sign?
No,
wow.
Yeah.
Isaac Newton's doing the hand sign. Wow. And he's got a book on alchemy and Freemasonry. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was before he was a scientist, he was an alchemist.
Yeah, they're all in the clubs, dude. Back then, alchemy was science, but now we know it more so to be a little bit more mystical, and they were doing weird things with Mercury, and it was
It's elemental. It's
elemental science, yeah, in a way, if you want to call it that, yeah. Okay, so that's the first one. Freemasonry. Oh, here we go. Perfect. According to this hypothesis, the gesture was a secret sign used to recognize Masonic followers of each other. I'm of the opinion of this. The enigmatic posture of their hand has fascinated a lot of scholars of the hidden societies. Well, let me just do another one. Was Christopher Columbus a Freemason?
I know he worked for the Queen of Spain. He was part of the Spanish fleet, so.
Some historians believe Christopher Columbus was in fact a pro-Templar. MyFreemasonry.com says that. Okay, so we have him doing that. Let's go back up. No. Let's go back up, actually. We'll skip the one with the titties. So Christopher Columbus could be a Freemason. Freemason.com seems to think so. Who is this a picture of?
Should have it in the caption.
Yeah, but it's in Spanish. I don't. Let me just Google it. Gentlemen, who is this of? The nobleman with his hand on his chest. Juan de Silva y... Okay, cool.
He's Juan. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Oh, Latin America's Masonic Liberators. Okay,
Okay,
let's see. Hold on. I don't know if he's on there, though. Let me make sure. He might not be a Mason. I'm just looking up all these names to see. I mean, it's not like you can just Google if they were a Mason anyways. But some of them, such as Christopher Columbus and Isaac Newton and the presidents of the United States and everybody else, some of them, notably, yes, were Freemasons. All the results I'm getting are in Spanish for this guy. So I'm just going to move on. Hopefully I can get something in English.
Good luck.
Michelangelo, he's the one that made this. He was certainly a Freemason. I can pretty much guarantee you that.
He worked for the Pope.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you weren't a Freemason, then you're a Jesuit, right?
Yeah.
And, well, that's another thing these people have in common. If they were not a Freemason, I'm pretty much certain most of these people were Jesuits or within the Catholic Church. Me and PJ are going to watch a movie on Tuesday, I believe. Lamp in the Dark. It's like a whole trilogy on.
I've seen it at one point.
Yeah, it gets a little boring at times, I will be honest, because it's mostly just facts. The Catholics killed this Christian dude trying to translate the Bible. The Catholics burned this Christian woman for trying to translate the Bible. The Catholics burned this Christian dude at a stake for holding a church outside of it's like 1,000 years where they're just like burning everybody at the stake, murdering everyone, killing everyone, and changing the Bible with the papacy. And you'll really start to see like all of these people. It's no wonder these terrible people were bad actors involved with the Catholic Church. Just look at the Catholic Church was doing to the Word of God and true believers. They were killing us and murdering us right next to the witches, mind you. Just like the Gnostics and the witches. Anybody trying to read the Bible on their own and deny the papacy, you were burned just like they were. You were no different in their eyes.
Their torture techniques, they used to do stuff like they would take oil and water and they would drip it down your throat slowly, and they would feed like still wool into your mouth slowly.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
So
until you confess.
This fatalist Allah scholars who cryptically connected the unusual play figures with the letter M, which indicates not only Masonic membership and rank, but also possession of occult secrets. That's pretty cool. I didn't even realize it was an M. The speculation that the hand gesture here and presented as Freemasonry conveyed code is fascinating, but it's hard to accept. It's not that hard to accept. According to this hypothesis, Satanism was a sign conveying satanic meanings. The hand gesture may read as the letters M and W, which may be interpreted as multiple V's and I's to symbolize 666. This is because the letter V is pronounced as Wa in Hebrew and Vav in Gematria, and is the sixth letter in both alphabets. However, there's no evidence to show had any connection with Satanism. Really? There's no evidence to show they had any connection with Satanism. Just like there was no evidence to show they were connected to Freemasonry. Right. I'm not saying this is 100% the case, but it is fascinating. I think both of these could be true. I think both of these could literally be simultaneously true. According to the hypothesis, the Michi family members, the secret sign used to recognize the sitter as a member of the Michi family. Okay. I got to skip that one too. I mean, it's a naked woman. That's literally a naked woman.
No.
Ignatius of Loyola. Oh, yeah, here we go. Now we got the Jesuits. He's the founder of the Jesuit order. According to this hypothesis, the gesture was assigned with a religious meaning used during the spiritual exercises by the Jesuits, founded by the Jesuit order in 1541 and became its first superior general. The saint used to recommend a gesture for believers in spiritual exercises. That the painter would depict the gestures with the hand placed on the chest as a sign of moral pain in sinners who were in the act of committing a sin. So they're kind of saying, okay, interesting. However, the speculation does not explain the widespread presence of the gesture in his paintings. Okay, interesting. All right. Look at this. Yeah, Ignatius of Loyola. This is him, and he's doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be Jesuit related. Even he's doing it, bro. Yeah, this is not good, guys.
In order to get yourself in a museum, you got to be a Mason.
Yep, or Jesuit, or you got to be a part of it one way or another, or skip the Masonry entirely and just be a part of these crooked satanic bloodlines that they love to keep hidden from us. That'll get you a fast track. Well, I'm going to play a song and we're going to end. This has been a really wonderful stream. We're almost at 2 hours now. I'm going to be going live with Roger here in probably about an hour and a half. I might dual stream it. I might not.
Okay.
It just depends how I'm feeling, because if I dual stream, that means I got to go the distance. I got to stream the whole thing all the way to 4 or 5 a.m. And I'm undecided. That's why I didn't do it the last couple days, because I didn't want to
put a video in the back in the private chat for you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I'll watch that in the meantime. Between
it's an hour like 10, I think.
Yeah.
I'll stick it in the main chat for people too.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
No problem.
The Weiss file. Is that what you said?
Yeah, this is done by Sam.
Oh, yeah. I've seen this. Yeah. I've seen this.
No,
yeah,
no.
Yeah. Of course.
I watched it today. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. He did a good job.
I haven't watched the whole thing though, so thanks for reminding me. I got a good bit through, but I didn't watch the whole thing, so I will actually continue watching it. Thanks for bringing that back up.
Oh, no problem.
All right. Any song recommendations? I guess I'm probably just gonna play some Payday and call it that. Unless you have any ideas.
You're the boss.
Well, I mean, do you have any ideas? I'm open to suggestions. Preferably, maybe not copyright or anything like.
It's hard to give you a non-copyright off the top of your head. I got a few that I go to, but I mean, the selection's
limited. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just gonna play this and we'll get out of here, guys. Thanks for coming. If you guys are staying up late for the long haul, Roger and me are probably gonna be live here in the next hour and a half, 2 hours. So we'll be going live again. Thanks everybody for coming. Drop a like on your way out. Bless you guys. And yep.
See ya. Somewhere.
See you in a couple hours, hopefully, on Roger's stream.
There you go. Jane, you there? I think he may have jumped out, not on purpose.
Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. I was supposed to be streaming the song the whole time. I thought I was. Thanks for saying that, Roger. I thought it was
No
streaming.
problem. We were all just like, get
Oops.
quiet. I'm like, what happened?
My bad. Sorry, guys. I was supposed to be playing this song the whole time. Shout out to Roger. He's actually the one that gave me this song, so I want to give you credit. I mean, shout out to Payday Monsanto too, but he's not around anymore, and I think he got deleted or something because a lot of his songs are reposts. Like even this song it's not even from him. It's from this is from him. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, he just doesn't. He doesn't get a lot of views because whenever I look up his other songs, his channel doesn't even come up. All I find is like reposts. So this is actually from him. So that's nice.
And we're gonna have to come to the grips.
I just figured he probably got deleted or banned or something. I mean, that tends to happen. And also, by the way, guys, there's also a chance that even though he got banned, his content is still available. I have a banned YouTube channel right now, and you can go on that channel and watch every video that I had posted publicly. And none of them got taken down, but they took away my permissions to ever access the channel. So all those videos are permanently stuck on YouTube. None of them got deleted. So there's a chance because I guess he's kind of disappeared. Yeah. There's a chance that they just took his channel. Yeah, I'm just saying there's a chance they took his channel and they didn't delete the channel. He just doesn't have access to it anymore.
Yeah, I think they kind of blackballed him in the industry. He got involved with a group called Jive Records and a guy named Rugged Man. You ever heard of him?
No, I never heard of him.
Okay, look up Rugged Man. They signed up with Jive Records and they got they got shafted by the rap industry basically because of what they're talking about.
Yeah,
and
it makes sense.
Too. Yeah,
you hate to see it, but yeah. You got to stay independent when you want to tell the full truth and nothing but the truth. There's really no way around it. Once money gets involved and things like that, the more you water down the truth, the more money you're gonna get, dude. Just look at gospel music. The most successful gospel music is the most watered down. You can barely tell it's Christian, secular, lovey-dovey, like acceptance music. You know what I mean? And the reason is because even non-Christians can get down to that. You know what I mean? And they do that intentionally. They need to water it down so that people will listen. And it sucks. That's just what happens. It's unfortunate. At least people are awake to it and you see it happening.
Hey, well, I'm gonna hop off, Jay.
All right, see you in a couple hours, Roger. Thanks, man, for coming on. This has been a great stream.
All right, it absolutely has. All right, later,
man.
Exactly what they were going to do. They wrote a document called the Project for a New American Center.
Don't ever say I didn't warn you. That's about all one can do. Anything these creatures tell, the opposite is probably true. But every day their grip is getting stronger. We must not prune the tree of evil any longer. Every day the tyrant's getting closer. Will you sit back and watch or do what you're supposed to?
What can I get with 2.3 trillion? When does a citizen become a civilian? When did the heroes morph into the villains? How can 2 planes cauterize 3 buildings? These are questions that could get you murked, politically, socially, physically put into the dirt. Many swear that there's some kind of conflict of interest within. The conflict depends upon what you're interested in. You can chant 9/11 was an inside job all day until you say the Mossad and pay closer attention to Flight 175 and the odd cylindrical pod beneath the fuselage. Then it's 2 + 2 level addition after you factor in the flight termination systems. Then flash back to the cash the good rabbi stole, September 10th style, right down the rabbit hole. What can I get with 2.3? You can get unlimited corporate news. What can I get with 2.3? You can have any mercenaries you choose. What can I get with 2.3 trillion? You can steal a couple million souls. What can I get with 2.3 trillion? You can get everything under control. The missile they hit the Pentagon. done with was not an act of randomness. It murdered accountants, bookkeepers, and budget analysts. That side of the building was retrofitted prior to this to withstand bomb blast, a nickname the catcher's mitt. If that don't give you some kind of clue why they blew the mortar, maybe you should take some medication for your new disorder. If buildings are burning, don't ever trust a news reporter with 267 stories of gruesome slaughter. Don't ever mention Dov Zakim and trillion stolen, much less missile of Boeing's even remote controlling. With System Planning Corporation International, the folks to see if you got some buildings you like to crash into. But that's impossible without the proper capital. That's why I'm asking you what you would do with unimaginable wealth. So much money you can't delve in it. Enough to buy 10 presidents and 12 senates. What can I get with 2.3 trillion? You can get unlimited corporate news. That's right. What can I get with 2.3 trillion? You can have any mercenaries you choose all night. What can I get with 2.3 trillion? You can steal a couple million souls. Indeed. What can I get with 2.3 trillion? You can get everything under control. Now that's greed. What can I get? What can I get? What can I get with 2.3 trillion? What can I get? What can I get with 2.3 trillion? What can I get with 2.3 trillion? What can I get?
You know, it took me about a year to start hating the 9/11 victims' families. It took me about a year. And I had such compassion for them, and I really, I wanted to help them.
That's about a million.
All right, guys, we're going to end the stream here. I just want to end with a quick little truth drop here. Let me go ahead and show you this. Yeah, Boeing got sued for an uninterruptible autopilot system. They got sued for it, guys. They had uninterruptible autopilot that can manually override the pilot's controls. A flight control software on the 737 MAX, which could overwrite pilot inputs. Yep. Implicated in crashes. And they had a whole thing on it. So yeah, just look into that, guys. Maybe that has something to do with it as well. I'll catch you guys in the next stream. See you in a couple hours on Rogers. Stay blessed, everybody. Appreciate you for coming. Drop a like, and I'll catch you.